We're here at Selhurst Park Stadium on a night which was really going to be once in a lifetime opportunity for Palace fans. Just under 15,000 turned up to see Crystal Palace against Man United, 1990 the rematch. Sir Alex Ferguson and Steve Coppell led the two sides out, and after the match here on Palace World we caught up with some of the personalities involved. First of all, we talked to Steve Coppell. Steve, when you got the call in the early days from Geoff Thomas to say this was happening, you surely couldn't have thought that it would be an event like this. It went so well for him.
No, it was, you know, when you do get that phone call, you think, oh, you know, I just hope he gets a decent crowd. But when we turned up here tonight and saw such a crowd who were so vocal in the support of, you know, their ex-captain, you know, the people who turned up from both sides from all those years ago, you know, it was the only two willing to come here, and I think that shows in no small measure how important he was to so many people.
And even the success you've had this season, I mean, a day like that at Wembley with Crystal Palace, it's something that will stay in the memory of all those involved. Yeah,
it is, you know, and there are highlights in everybody's life, but, you know, moments like that, for me, leading the team out, having, you know, Geoff walking behind and seeing the photographs now. You know, I'm not one for dwelling on things like that, but I must admit, over the past couple of weeks I've seen a couple of the photos from the old final, and you look down the line and see the players there, and you know, certainly with Geoff, and you know, the significance of, you know, his struggle over the past couple of years. It just shows you that this disease can, you know, affect anybody. Geoff was such a strong human being, let alone a strong footballer, and for it to momentarily sort of strike him down, you know, I'm so pleased and delighted that now he's putting so much back into a campaign to try and, you know, ease the path for other people who have a struggle with this disease.
And great for all Palace fans, and you were cheering at the side to see Righty tuck one away like that.
Well, instinct, you know, he was born with it. He showed it. Probably 100 and however many goals he scored. You know, it was just a delight. You know, I actually saw him at 5 or 6 months back playing a game, and I hate to say it, but he wasn't very good then. But I think he's lost a few pounds, and you know, it was just terrific instinct. He was fabulous. He was a joy. He was a joy to be around then, and still is.
Some great memories for Steve, the man who had all the memories tonight. Geoff Thomas. Geoff, many months in the building up to tonight, must be delighted at the success of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, you know, Terry, I mean, it's took a hell of a lot of especially phoning around. I don't want to look at my phone bill, but no, it's well worth it. I mean, the efforts people have put in, you know, they helped Crystal Palace and Helen Dickinson and Jane, who's a mad Palace fan, who's done a tremendous job, and it's all paid off. I couldn't have asked for a better night, really.
And just after 6 o'clock, when these faces all started arriving, you must have been rolling back the years.
Yeah, it was 6 o'clock and I was starting to panic a little bit. People were saying they were running a little bit late, planes were late and everything. And it just shows the effort that all the guys have made to get down here. And it's, I know it's such a worthy cause, but these guys, you know, they get asked to do all sorts of things, and for them to give the time at such a vital time of the season means an awful lot.
And Sir Alex Ferguson and Steve Coppell leading the two teams out tonight, that certainly was a major tribute to the night itself.
Well, the two guys were the first guys at protocol when we had this idea, and when Sir Alex said yes and Steve said yes, it just seemed to gather momentum from there, and like I say, it's just turned out to be a fantastic evening.
And just finally, a message to the Palace fans who come out in large numbers for you.
Well, you know, it's hard to say thank you enough, really. I mean, it's when you have an idea like this, you don't know how it's going to be received. But I think everybody, you know, I've been down a few times. They're probably fed up with my face, actually. But I think I was trying to get the message across, and it's what they've done is not just turned up and watched the match. They've helped put money in the coffers where, you know, I know that it goes straight into people's laboratories where they can pay for nurses, research nurses, and it buys people time. That's what it's doing, and it's fantastic. I'm just really pleased with where the night's gone.
And he was voted by the journalists here tonight as man of the match. John Solarco spoke to Palace World. Seeing what Geoff went through and the reasons why we're all here tonight just puts life into perspective, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It's absolutely amazing. I think most of us take life for granted. and it's only till we're faced with, you know, life or death situations like Geoff's faced, that you just realise, and it spurs you on. And he's been an incredible inspiration and a motivator for all of us to try and live our lives better, and to do as much as we can, because, you know, together we can, and collectively, you know, we should all be trying to help at every opportunity we can to raise funds and help sort of cure these diseases and do as much as we can. Geoff's just phenomenal. You know, he was just such a leader on the pitch, and off the he's a gentleman and an absolute inspiration to everyone. It's just incredible what he's done, and you know, it really should make us feel all a little bit guilty, how we take life for granted and perhaps don't, you know, push as much as we should.
But for you to get back out on that Selhurst turf tonight, how are you feeling now?
Yeah, it's indescribable, really. It's just so wonderful. You know, as soon as they told me about the game, you know, just I was so excited. It was like a kid, you know, to come back to Selhurst to say a thank you, see all the fans, and just to run out on the hallowed turf again, you know. And it was brilliant. And the dressing room with Brighty and all the boys, Thorny, Pemberton, it was just brilliant. The banter, and it just takes you back to why we were so successful and why it was such a lovely place to be for, you know, 5-6 years. And you know, there's such wonderful characters, and but it was lovely to come and support Geoff and to congratulate him on everything he's doing. I hope he's going to be around with us for a long time, and you know, just say a thank you to the Crystal Palace fans, and you know, a big thank you to Alex Ferguson for making such a good night.
He was destined to return to SE25 and put the ball in the back of the net, wasn't he? Right. Ian, when you got the call to take part in this match, could you believe that it would be a night like it was?
You know something, I knew the Palace fans wouldn't let Geoff down in respects of the turnout. I thought the Man United fans were great as well. They came down, and you know, if I'm going to be totally honest, I didn't expect it to be as much people as it was, but in the end there was a lot of people, and you know what I mean, it was a great turnout and they enjoyed themselves, and it was a great night for Geoff.
Just after 6 o'clock when you all started arriving, that dressing room tunnel had the same buzz of the 1990s, didn't it?
You know, we had a great team, you know, a great team of athletic players, with a lot of banter. Obviously me and Brighty used to take the main focal point of like the attention, but in the dressing room we was really one team, and I think that was proved in the year we finished third. We had a great team, and you know what I mean, Steve Copper was a great manager. He's proving that now, and you know, just being back in the dressing room with the guys, you know, some of the memories came back, and plus, you know, because people look a lot different now. You know, there's a lot of rotund guys in the dressing room, so we had a laugh at that, and it was just nice to see them again.
And nice to get your goal at Selhurst Park again, Ian.
Well, it was nice, you know, it was really pleasing for me to score like that, and that, because I remember kissing my Arsenal badge is something that I was really sorry for when I done it at Arsenal, and I was just wanted to score a goal. Never ever thought I'd get the opportunity to score a goal and kind of like redeem myself with the Palace fans. So it was just a great moment for me, to be honest.
Well, this year's Crystal Palace's centenary year, and you have voted in the all-time Palace 11, the forward line, Ian Wright and Andrew Johnson.
Jeez, I made it there with John. Yeah. AJ, yeah. It's great. It would have been nice, you know, I mean, to play alongside, like, you know, obviously playing with Brighty, we complement each other, but AJ's a great player, man. He works really hard for the team, and it would have been a pleasure to play alongside him, and to be in Palace's all-time 11. With AJ, I think it's a nice thing for me. It's a great thing for us.
All the interviews from a big night at Selhurst Park. Don't forget, you can still donate £3 by texting Geoff at a special text address that you can check out for further details at www.geoff-thomas.com.